I'm here off Montana Highway 39, where behind me you can see all 4 units of the coal strip power plant. We will provide any new updates that we receive both on air and online at color8.com. Reporting live in Billings, Dominic Delfidio, Montana Right Now. City Administrator Chris Kukulski says the geologist report ultimately decides what happens next with these rocks, but until then these rocks will remain in the street. After not having the chicken sandwich the first time around, Montana has finally adapted to bringing in the new chicken sandwich here to Popeyes. Now, let's see if it lives up to all the hype. Now you may be asking yourself, what's a fire station here in Columbus, Montana doing going all the way out to California to help these fires? Well, it's because firefighters are a part of one big family. And Chief Cowger knows that if we needed help here in Montana, that California would do the exact same thing for us. He tells me that there is a sense of relief around the office, even though they did not find Selena alive like they were hoping for. Whether if it's for date night, watching the latest new movie, or for watching the big game, just remember that January 19th is Popcorn's Day. Reporting in Billings, Dominic Delfidio, Montana Right Now. Behind me here, this is the plot of the land where the body was discovered earlier today by law enforcement. They do not expect foul play was involved, and an autopsy will be conducted at a later date.
Well, today was no ordinary day of school for students at Billings Senior High School as they were in lockdown for more than an hour following the report of a possible gun on campus.
Dominic Delfidio joins us in studio with reactions from students and with what law enforcement and the school system had to say about the situation. Dominic?
Today was a day that had many teachers, students, and parents on edge following the events that transpired today at Billings Senior. Our Audrey Mayer was on scene and able to get reactions from a student, while I was able to hear what Superintendent Greg Upham and Billings Police Chief Rich St. John had to say about the situation. On a typical day of school at 12:15, some students are at lunch while others are in class or out roaming the hall. But today, students, teachers, and staff at Billings Senior were all confined to their rooms after a staff member reported seeing an individual inside the school carrying what looked like a handgun. Over 30 law enforcement officers from local, state, and federal agencies swept the school after receiving the call that put the school into a lockdown.
Our teacher just shared with us that it is not a drill and that we should be quiet, but he was just soothing with us, telling us that we'll be okay and there's no problem. It's not a major problem.
And luckily for everyone on school grounds, there were no major problems. According to Billings Police Chief Rich St. John, 2 suspects were apprehended off school grounds on the 100 block of Monroe on the south side, in which they found 2 airsoft guns with the suspects. Both suspects are believed to be students at Billings Senior, which could lead to punishments once the investigation is complete.
Guns, you can't determine whether it's real or not real with that piece. So we'll complete our investigation. I know the police are doing their piece right now, and we don't have all of that information, but we will go through that. If that is the case, and we'll look at our practices, policies, and procedures, and if there are infractions, then we'll take appropriate action.
Once law enforcement completed the sweep of the school and confirmed they had the suspects in custody, school administration decided to continue with the school day, following a scare that shook the entire community.
The absolute number one thing is nobody got hurt. That's the most important thing, regardless of the complexity or the intensity of the situation. Nobody got hurt, and that's always a bonus.
Chief St. John says they cannot release the names of the 2 suspects as they are both juveniles. Both the school district and police are actively investigating the situation, and we will provide you with updates as we receive them. Greg?
Well, tonight, deputies in Stillwater County are working a suspicious death case. The investigation comes following the discovery of a partially concealed body behind the Park City Post Office. Color 8's Dominic Delfidio is in Park City tonight. Dominic, what can you tell us?
Hi, Becky. Behind me here, this is the plot of the land where the body was discovered earlier today by law enforcement. This afternoon, police did have tape up blocking off where the scene was, where the body was found, but it has since been taken down. Clark Street between 1st and 2nd Avenue is back open for the public, and as law enforcement has left the scene, this is what we know about the situation so far. The Stillwater County Sheriff's Office received a call of a partially concealed body in the area behind the Park City Post Office just after 7 o'clock Wednesday morning. The investigation is focused on this small plot of land behind the Ann Sheehy-Yagan Attorney's Office. Both the Stillwater County Sheriff's and the Montana Division of Criminal Investigation arrived on scene. Once law enforcement determined that the individual was deceased, they began investigating the death as suspicious. According to the Stillwater County Sheriff's Office, the deceased is a Caucasian male between the ages of 45 and 55 years old. Investigators are still working to identify the body, and an autopsy is scheduled for Thursday. The Montana Division of Criminal Investigation is assisting the Stillwater County Sheriff's Office with the preliminary investigation until the cause and manner of death have been confirmed. Investigators tell us they do not believe there is a threat to public safety at this time. The Stillwater County Sheriff's Office is asking the public to still avoid the area as they proceed with the investigation. We will continue to provide updates both on air and online as we gather new information. Reporting live in Park City, Dominic Delfidio, Montana Right Now.
Well, today, January 19th, marks National Popcorn Day, but for one Billings resident, National Popcorn Day is an everyday thing for him. Our Dominic Delfidio spoke with perhaps the biggest popcorn enthusiast in Billings and has the story.
For Aaron Ramage, popcorn is more than a snack. It's a love. A love that started back when Aaron was a kid and ate it as the most important meal of the day.
My parents used to entertain back in North Dakota, like on Friday nights, and we'd get up in the morning as kids and there'd be a bag of popcorn, a grocery bag full of popcorn left over from that, and that's what we ate while we watched cartoons on Saturday morning.
For home use, Aaron turns to the reliable stovetop method, but that comes at a price for both the pot and the user.
Put the popcorn in there, turn the handle. This is my third one. I wore out 2 of them. Anyway, so that's what I use at home.
And if you're one of the people who is lucky enough to work with Aaron, you get to enjoy one of his most prized possessions.
My family bought me a really nice popcorn machine for Christmas one year, and that's sitting over here, and I take that to work. I have it in my office and make popcorn for the whole office.
And even though serving sizes are put on the bag, no amount of popcorn is too much popcorn for Aaron.
I have my own popcorn bowl. This is my serving size of popcorn when I sit down to watch movies. So I think it's a little more than the rate, you know, what they say on the back of the bag, what a serving size is, but anyway, that's my serving size.
Whether if it's for date night, watching the latest new movie, or for watching the big game, just remember that January 19th is Popcorn's Day. Reporting in Billings, Dominic Delfidio, Montana Right Now.
Some things in life we take for granted, right? For example, being able to use our legs to easily walk to get from one place to another. But for one young girl in Billings, this is something she simply cannot do. Color 8's Dominic Delfidio has the story of how 2 high school students in Billings are looking to make a difference in her life.
This is Trina David. Trina suffers from a disability that impacts her mobility and makes it difficult for her to walk. However, with the help of 2 high school students and the Go Baby Go program, Trina will now be able to move around in style.
Our teacher, Mr. Wagner, brought this idea up to us, and we're both seniors, so we did an independent study with our engineering teacher, and that's how we started into this.
Yeah, we've been involved with the engineering program at the Career Center for the last few years, and we thought that this was a good way to get out in our community and help out.
We adjusted the foot pedal so her acceleration would be up on the handlebars.
And then we also added in a crossbar steering mechanism so that it would be easier for her to control the wheel with her hands like this compared to the normal steering wheel.
After Trina got strapped into her new ride, her parents watched on in awe as they were able to see her daughter become mobile thanks to the donated Jeep, something her father Rico says he is grateful for.
We moved up here from Texas like we don't know nobody, and they just picked my daughter from nowhere. It means a lot. A lot of kids born in Billings, they seem like my daughter, and they picked my daughter, so God is good. That's the only thing I want to say.
For seniors Maddie and Carrie, they say this was more than just a school assignment. It was a way for them to make a positive difference for a little girl in need.
I think it's really exciting to see that we can have an impact on other people's lives through the skills that we've learned at the Career Center. And like Maddie said, I think it'll be really cool to see her moving independently for the first time.
And even after 20 minutes of Trina test driving her Jeep around the Career Center's lobby, her father Rico says he still can't believe his daughter was chosen to receive this gift.
From the day they call us till the day, I still thinking like, why Trina? Because it's like 100,000 kids like my daughter out there, and they picked Trina. From the day we come and see the car till the day, I cannot believe they picked like my daughter.
It took Maddie and Carrie 2 to 3 months to make the alterations on the Jeep for Trina, but only a few seconds to deliver smiles on the faces of Trina and her parents.
Reporting in Billings, Dominic Delfidio, Montana Right Now.
All right, Color Aid's Dominic Delfidio joins us now. Dominic, we need a third opinion. Where do you stand on this subject?
Greg and Becky, I definitely have to side with Greg on this one. I'm one of those people for sure that has to make it through Thanksgiving to get into Christmas mode. But no matter where you stand on this topic, it's hard to be upset about what Girl Scout Troop 2116 in Billings is doing this holiday season.
Girl Scout Troop 2116 in Billings is coming together to construct care packages to send to crew members of the USS Billings this Christmas. With a personal connection to the USS Billings, troop leader Leslie Friedel didn't think twice when approached with the idea.
My husband actually was part of the commissioning crew for the USS Billings, so we've been kind of following the ship along the path that it's since beginning till now. And we were just approached from one of the committee members that they need people to basically help support them the next 5 years of the crew, and that they were looking for organizations that would help out with that.
Members of the troop spent the night decorating the care packages that will contain a total of 140 packages of candy and Christmas cards written from the citizens of Billings.
I know there's a lot of people on the Billings ship, so I hope there's enough.
Once the packages are done being decorated and are all packed up, the troop will be sending them out sometime this week with a very special message to the crew members.
Merry Christmas, USS Billings!
Friedel told me that this is a project that the troop will continue for the next 5 years, as they will send candy at Christmas time and Girl Scout cookies during the spring. Becky?